Hey, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, I guess, wherever you may be. Douglas from the Brothers from Other Mothers podcast. Real quick, before we venture into episode 7, I wanted to take a minute to personally thank each and every one of you and ask a favor on top of that. If you are a viewer of this podcast or a listener of this podcast, first and foremost, on behalf of John, Bob, and my brother Paul, we all humbly thank you for giving us 30 to 45 minutes of your time every week, sometimes an hour. That said, we would like to hear from you. We realize that we're still pretty early on in this endeavor, but we're taking it seriously. We've got a bunch of episodes banked, and the episode you are about to watch is personally my favorite episode that we've done. I think it's the funniest one that we've done inadvertently, and I think it's the most honest of who we are as friends. And from this episode forward, I think we really do hit a stride. Everything that comes after this, I'm very proud of. I'm proud of everything that we've done up to this point. But episode 7 is definitely a turning point for us, I think, as far as our humor goes, and in establishing who we are. But more than anything, we want to ask a favor. If you watch us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and above all, comment. Even if you don't like us or you do like us, we want to hear good and bad. We want to hear criticisms. We want to hear compliments. We want to hear advice. Anything you think that we should be talking about. We're discussing Patreon right now, but that's still a ways away. But we definitely need to hear from you. So if you watch the podcast on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment for us. If you listen to our podcast, this is the important one. If you listen to our podcast through Spotify, iTunes, Anchor, any of the platforms that we're available to stream on, please rate and review our podcast. We are learning as we're doing this that the way to get more eyes on us, there's a lot of things we can do, but one of the biggest ones is leaving reviews and ratings in iTunes and in Spotify. Commenting apparently opens, for whatever reason, in algorithms, opens up to where more eyes, more ears. So please, if you're enjoying what we're doing, it doesn't even have to be a long comment. It could be as arbitrary as hi, and then rate whatever you think it is that you would rate our podcast. We just need to get feedback. We need to know where we stand. We would like to know how many people listen to us on YouTube and how many people listen to the audio portion only as well. That'll be a big factor in determining how we proceed with our video podcast. I'm editing them, but I like adding stuff to them. But if no one's really watching the video stuff, then I don't know if I'm going to add as much graphic inlay and fun Easter egg stuff throughout. But regardless, I'm going on 3 minutes now, and I'm rambling. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. This is the one thing I do in a week that I look forward to doing, is recording with my best friends and my brothers and sharing a few laughs and then being able to share that with you. So thank you, and enjoy episode 7, Death and Other Bowls of Soup for the Footloose Soulless.
Hi, I'm John.
Hi, I'm John. I love Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky is the greatest quarterback to ever play football.
When the fuck have I ever said that?
The day they drafted him, I remember clearly having this conversation.
You are so full of shit, your fucking eyes are brown. You guys are worse than my last fucking girlfriend. Jesus Christ.
How is she doing anyway?
Yeah, how's Rosie?
Died.
Your hand's dead?
She's dead. She's dead.
Did you guys know that?
That you had a girlfriend? I did not know you had a girlfriend. In the time I've known you, this is the first girlfriend I've ever known of that you've had. Seriously.
Did you guys not know the last girl that I dated, like 3 years, died last year?
No.
It's a true story. I'm not being funny. No, the last person I dated, the last person I had sex with, like fucking died in a car accident in Cape Coral last year.
John, it's not
We
that
had been broken up.
I'm really trying not to laugh.
It's not that I
really
disbelieve
try
you.
not to.
I just wish you wouldn't say this story with a smile on your face.
Trying not to laugh?
I've been drinking.
Okay.
I'm being dead fucking serious. I'm being dead serious. Because like in Happy Gilmore, when everyone asked him, he's like, "Oh, how's that girl you're seeing? Oh, she's dead. She fell off a cliff."
She died.
Like my ex-girlfriend is like literally dead. Very, very sad. Granted, we broke up for about a year and a half, and the relationship ended very bad.
Her dad was the local reverend, and he didn't like dancing or music. And
They did outlaw dancing.
John was a testament to everything that he believed in. So John helped her fight back against the system.
And then John did this crazy dance in this air hanger.
I heard they did a documentary on that.
Well, I'm never going to share anything personal with you fucking assholes. Jesus fucking Christ. Wow.
No, well, I was going to say...
What the fuck, man?
Playing chicken with the local rival gang.
A buddy of mine... Jesus.
I'm sorry, John.
I'm glad somebody got the other Footloose reference.
This guy, we were finishing up a 25K, and he was a cross-country teacher, and I was hurt, so I was taking photos for the race, and I took some pictures of him like 2 minutes before he crossed the finish line, and then I ran back, and he was on the ground, and we started giving him CPR. We were out in the middle of nowhere in Alva. It took the ambulance probably 15 minutes to get there, and it was... I mean, I'm sure just me trying alone, I'm sure I broke at least.
Yeah, I actually saved an old guy last December in Ironwood. I was coming back from my girlfriend's parents' house at the time, and driving back, there's this old guy, like over 80, I'd say 85, walking right after an ice storm, and as we were driving by, he slipped, did a full 180, and landed right on his head. I did CPR, stopped the bleeding, until ambulance got there and he survived.
So, Paul, here's the thing. I'm going to call bullshit on your story, and here's why.
Okay.
Because you started it off with I was driving home from my girlfriend's house.
My girlfriend's
So
parents.
right off the bat, your girlfriend's parents' house. Right off the bat, I don't believe you. It's false.
Okay.
Because
You guys are such idiots. The
A lot of people are
27th.
born in February. You want to know why? Because people like to fuck in the summer and the springtime.
Well, my daughter was born at 25 weeks. She was supposed to be born June 8th, and she was born February 27th. So,
Whoa.
yeah, she was a little bit early.
By the way, if you've never seen Bob's daughter, and I hope that you haven't, because that would just be fucking weird. It's a spitting image of Bob in female form.
When she gets older and starts having to dodge dicks and shit in high school, she's gonna have his personality looking out for everything, man.
Can you imagine being the dude picking any of our daughters if we had kids, picking our daughters up for the first date? Can you imagine how fucking awkward that would be for that dude? Hypothetically, I feel bad for that dude. Bob is the only one here who has a daughter, so he will actually live with this. But Jesus Christ.
I told my daughter at a very early age. I said, "Listen, I don't care who you bring home. I don't care if it's a boy. I don't care if it's a girl. I don't give a fuck. As long as they treat you well, I will be nice." No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking,
And that's why.
No, I didn't say.
And that right there is why I don't have kids, because my response is totally fucking different from that.
See,
So that's probably.
I felt that way when I was younger. I really did. Like when I found out I was having a kid, I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody. But as I've aged and watched her grow up and tried to instill some sort of values, which I don't have many values, let's be honest. But
different.
I-
I beg to differ.
I think that she's smart enough to make smart choices about people, or I hope she is. And if she's not, then I can fuck them up. You know, it is what it is. She asked me the other day. Well, she didn't ask me. She asked my mom. She asked my wife. She asked my other wives. She's like,
Bill Paxton and Big Love?
Kinda. I have hero wife, kitten
Rest in
wife,
peace,
and my
Bill.
wife. So she asked all of these people if they would still love her if she dated a girl. And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, why the fuck wouldn't
How
you?
old is she? 10?
She'll be 10. Now keep in mind,
Wow.
our two roommates are a married lesbian couple.
I was going to say, that's a very, very strange thing for a 9 or 10-year-old girl to say, but now that you put it in context, that makes sense. There's nothing wrong with that, but Jack,
yeah, so
dude, that show broke so many. Dude, if you are like, fuck Dawson's Creek sucks.
I love Dawson's Creek.
Fuck you. You know nothing about pop cultures.
One of my top.
Okay, right there.
Holy shit. I'm 37 years old. I'm 37 years old. I'm rewatching it right now, and I am like, holy shit, this show was fucking groundbreaking for its time.
Real quick.
And I'm watching it as an adult now, not realizing just how far they pushed the envelope on everything. And I'm like, wow, we are so lucky to have had that in our generation.
Right. Fucking Pacey was the best part of Dawson's Creek, in my opinion.
Dude, we're rewatching Fringe right now. And
I was just about to say, Dawson's Creek is my least favorite Josh Jackson role. It's fucking Fringe. I love Fringe. I have every season on Blu-ray.
I own it on 4K.
And this will also go back to a previous conversation. He's also in The Affair, which everybody should watch if you haven't seen it.
I haven't yet.
Agreed. Oh, God, it's a good show.
Hey, guys, I gotta go myself for a minute. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I'm going to mute myself. I'll be right back.
Real quick, before you do go, I want to vote. I think before Doug speaks every time, he should have to say, "Let me tell you something, brother."
Let me tell you something, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother. Luckily, we have a new administration now, and we can all live in harmony. And we're not getting stimulus checks, and a lot of people lost their job. But at least we're not. At least men can now compete in women's high school athletics nationwide.
We're not getting. Is that official? We're not getting stimulus checks?
No, that's not the priority right now. Priorities went making sure that boys could participate in women's sports in high school, impeaching Trump, and making sure tens of thousands of people are out of a job. We had to get those done first, and then we'll tackle the stimulus issue a couple weeks down the road.
Well, there you have it, folks. We're all doomed.
No, we're not. Buy guns, grow your own food.
The star of the show was Katie Holmes. As far as once you get to season 4 and on, really the show is centered around her, not Dawson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dawson even takes a hiatus in the college years,
doesn't she?
She goes to Boston College.
It's Worthington, and it's a
that's right,
Harvard,
Worthington.
I get where you're going.
But she goes to work in Boston after college.
And then she goes to Paris, and then to Time Jump and all that. My biggest complaint with the finale, Jen dying to me was a big problem. Jen is the loose girl. Joey's the virginal girl that everyone wants. And at the end, Joey's character hasn't had a whole lot of transformation, but she still has both guys pining over her.
And she knows what Pacey's dick tastes like.
And Dawson's.
Yeah.
Jen, who's had the most growth of anyone in the show, just happens to die. Like, oh, by the way, the loose girl's dead. It gives us something to wrap the show up with. And, here, we're going to give her a kid who's not old enough to talk to her best friend who's gay, who just now happens to be dating the guy that we said was gay the whole show, but never actually talked about or showed for the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, that's because Pacey, the younger brother, always teased him, the older brother, of being gay because he always knew he was.
Mm-hmm. But they never actually acknowledge it. They don't. And the character of Doug in that show was kind of a piece of shit. He was never nice to Pacey.
And gay, super gay. Doug in that show loved the taste of cock. The older brother named Doug was wicked gay from the beginning and just loved the taste of dick and was always a douche to his younger brother until the later years.
Huh. Doug has this look on his face like, I relive this every day.
No, I wasn't even paying attention to you guys. I'm watching John. John makes me smile.
I bet he does.
You're muted, Johnny. Nobody can hear you.
You little fucking cutie down there. I just want to take my finger and just fucking pet your little head. Just pet your head. I squish your head.
Bob, can we agree that Busy Phillips was useless on the show?
Useless in life. Fuck her. I hate that.
I love her. Why do you guys hate Busy Phillips? I love her.
Dawson's Creek. I'm specifically talking about Dawson's Creek.
One, I didn't actually know how to say
Freaks
her name.
and Geeks I like her on, but that's it.
I liked her in Freaks and Geeks, and I liked her for part of Dawson's Creek.
Royal Rumbles tomorrow night.
Yes!
I guess.
That's Pocahontas. who's much better than Ariel.
So basically, you have scantily clad cosplay photos of Disney characters on your phone, you fucking creep.
Yes, I do.
That's creepy.
Me and this guy, Matt, who I'm going to call out by name, Matt Ammons. Fucking
Yeah, right.
Wow.
No, it's Matt Lawrence. We know you've been hanging out with Matthew Lawrence.
That wasn't Matthew Lawrence, it's Matt Ammons.
Stop with the last name before we get fucking sued.
Oh, fuck him. He listens every week. So, and he likes being talked about.
Hey, man, if you're listening, we appreciate your viewership. Fuck him, Bob Ripperdam.
I haven't looked at the YouTube I haven't looked at the YouTube analytics, but it looks like our episodes have been dropping off since episode 1, but I hope we don't get sued.
Hey, Matt, thanks for watching,
anyway,
but you're no
we had an
Skylar.
argument over who was the hotter Disney princess, Pocahontas or Ariel. It got heated.
How old are you?
I'm fucking 43, bitch.
Arguments grown men should not be happy with other grown
I
men.
hope to God your daughter was in the room and said, chill the fuck out, Dad.
My friend Anthony created a Facebook poll and he goes, all right, who's the Disney character who is most punchable? And I, of course, wrote Cinderella. There it is. There's that Blake look. That's funny to me.
No, okay, who is the most punchable?
Sid from Toy
Cinderella.
Story.
Wait, what?
Cinderella. And I'll tell you why.
Because she's
She
white?
was a liar. She was a fucking liar. She was projecting herself to be something she wasn't. And 3, she should have been at home in the kitchen doing her chores.
What was the question?
Who is the most punchable Disney character?
Sid from
Disney
Toy Story.
character.
Gaston. To me, it's easily Gaston.
Oh, for me, it's easily Sid.
No, that prick from Ratatouille that tried to fuck up Schwimmer's character through the whole movie. That asshole French chef. That prick. I wouldn't mind punching him. I don't like French people though.
Never
I
watched.
love the Reds, don't like them.
Never watched Ratatouille.
Me neither.
It's a good movie. Really good movie.
You don't like French people?
And Oswald.
No, I don't hate.
So you don't like
hate
Julie
French
Delpy?
people. I don't hate. No, not really.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't hate French people. I just.
Yeah, because I'm sure we're big in France. I'm sure people are just knocking.
I'm saying I don't genuinely hate them. I hate a good
fucking market. Thanks, guys.
I was gonna say John smokes a whole pack of cigarettes
Does that
during this
mean-
episode. He's probably an icon in France. He's like the next Jerry Lewis.
Bonjour, connais-vous français? Comment se fait-il, Jean? You guys know that I took fucking French in fucking high school instead of Spanish? Boy, am I fucking retarded.
Paid off for you in life.
You know, at work the other day, I went up to my manager and I said, "Hey, I'm learning Spanish," and he said, "Why?" And I just said, "Quiero morir," and I explained to him that I can repeatedly now just say, "I want to die" over the microphone, and all of you guys will now understand what I'm saying.
Huh?
That really brought the levity up.
So I've written a few things down that we could talk about if anybody's
Car
interested.
ramrod.
I'm actually interested in.
I wrote it on the paper. Go ahead. I'm high.
True Detective. I still have. I sent Bob season 1 and 2 on Blu-ray, and I still have yet to. I don't think you and I have actually talked about it since then. And
Season
I was
1
curious.
Oh boy,
great.
here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Season
agree with
one was
Bob.
great.
I agree with Bob. Everything he's about to say because I know where this is going.
Time is a
Season-
flat circle.
Season 1 is the best of the series. Absolutely.
Yeah, season 2. Like, here's season 1.
Grab my
Here's
balls.
season 2.
Yeah, agreed. Have you seen season
The
3?
cast of season 2 was fucking great, though.
Season 3 was kind of like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Season 3 was good.
Yeah,
season 3
I
was
agree.
alright. It was alright.
I didn't hate season 2
It was
like
good.
everybody else. There's parts of season 2 I
Yes.
fucking loved. That fucking shootout in downtown Los Angeles, that 15-minute shootout between Taylor Kitchener and the Mexican cartel gang out in the middle of the city. I thought that shit was awesome.
All right, Doug. I'll concede. Out of the 10 hours of show there is, the 15-minute shootout scene was pretty good.
Okay.
Great cast.
You just sounded so crestfallen.
True Detective season 1 though, like I genuinely wanted to hear your thoughts on season 1. We never really talked about it. And to me,
Season 1 of True
McConaughey.
Detective is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life.
McConaughey was
it's really
unfucking
good.
believable in that film, in that show.
That's a show I
Absolutely.
can rewatch at the drop of a hat, and I agree with you. That was when the McConaissance started. It was with True Detective.
It's the first show that I've seen in a long time that has really made me uncomfortable to watch it. There are certain times in that show where, like, I just feel just creeped out, very uncomfortable, very stressed out, even though it's a fictional fucking show.
Yeah, and it's a good.
I think it was done so fucking well.
Yeah, and it was a good rewatch show. Because once you know the ending, like to see all the little things along the way on the rewatch, you still feel uncomfortable, but you notice those little things. And I learn something new every time I watch it, or see something new.
The little things. The
Oh
movie
yeah,
that
me
came
and
out
Doug
on
watched
HBO
it
Max.
yesterday.
Paul and I finished it
Denzel
last
Washington.
We watched it last night.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
fucking awesome. The ending I didn't care for.
You mean
I
the
don't know
ending
what
that
this
was
is.
literally the ending that was this? Let's call it what it was. It was the reverse 7.
Yeah, it was. You could tell it was heavily influenced by Seven. And the one thing I really liked about the movie is, as an observer of this world, we still have no fucking clue who did it. It's a who did it movie where you never get the satisfaction of who did it.
I have my own
Well,
theories, but
You watch it, John?
No, and I don't want to after hearing that fucking review.
It's
really
really good. I think it's really good.
Now, I
fucking
wanna-
good.
okay,
Yeah, I just
so-
didn't like the ending.
Who was the better actor in the movie, Leto or Denzel? Who stole the movie for you?
Oh, a Denzel
know, it's funny,
classic.
I saw the fucking trailer for this. Now I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
Yeah, the movie looks good as fuck.
we'll
It's
give
really
you
good.
3 minutes. Rewatch the trailer again, catch up, and we'll go ahead and discuss.
So I think I'm a contrast difference to Doug.
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
didn't
go
hate
watch
the
the movie
ending.
right now. See you guys later.
I like the ending because
What's
yes,
that?
I said I like the ending because it's heavily influenced by Seven, but it's different than Seven, and it's an ending we've never seen before.
Yeah, So if you were to guess, in your own mind, who do you think the killer was?
Well, I kind of don't want to fuck this
Yo,
up for John.
fucking spoilers! I
I
just
have to
said
say,
it. Fucking
I don't want to
seen
fuck.
it. Why are we talking about this?
I don't want to
Let's-
fuck it up for John. I agree.
I think Denzel Washington is dead, and it was all an imagination. It was part of.
I did text Doug while watching it, and I was like, halfway through the movie, I'm like, holy fuck, dude, this movie just got real Sixth Sense-y on me.
John just left. Oh,
I haven't given any
that
spoilers
film-
away.
oh my god.
No.
No, I know. It's just funny as fuck.
You guys ever
Not.
watched Deadwood?
He's been in a
I
lot
heard
of
that.
stuff.
What's it about?
Al Swearengen's right-hand man, who like kills little kids in that show. That's
Yeah.
Have you seen my baseball?
He also played Meatloaf in the Fox biopic of Meatloaf.
Every time I see him in a legitimate
There
role, all I
was a
see.
Fox biopic about me.
It was actually really good, too.
Yeah. Oh,
It was like
dude,
the
it's really good too. Like horrendously bad good.
Good, yeah. It's like so bad.
Um,
it's good.
but-
Take your word for
It's like the
it.
Jackson 5 one. If you ever seen the Jackson
Before
5
we
one.
move on-
In the Navy, the end of 2008. I was in a mixed division.
Thank you for your service, sir.
What? I was in a.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thanks, man.
Don't do that. He gets it too good for too long, man. Like
Yeah,
the rest of
you
his
don't have
life,
to thank me.
medical bills are covered. That he's fine. He doesn't.
All for nothing.
I'm not military, but I come from a long military background of my father, my grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, etc. So I appreciate our veterans. I don't
I thought
agree with wars politically, but
Agreed. I'm with you.
I appreciate our service members. I have a lot of friends who were in the service,
Me
and
too.
some of them didn't come back okay.
Let me
So,
tell you what my father told me about the service. Don't trust your fucking government.
Never
well,
had.
no
never will.
shit.
Don't join the service.
Most.
I
women
tried to
don't.
join the army. I went on my 22nd birthday. I was overweight and they wouldn't take me.
They said we don't take faggots in our army.
No, they did back
That
then.
was
They
a
were
joke.
most definitely.
That was a joke. Why? That was a joke. Jesus Christ, you guys are taking everything I say fucking serious.
Oh no, I know it was a joke.
What the
I know
fuck
it was
is
a joke.
going on?
Anyway, okay. So
Yeah, we laugh at the fact that your girlfriend died, but we take that seriously.
You left the fact that I was talking about my dead fucking girlfriend, but you took that fucking serious.
I was good with
horrible.
it. I didn't take it serious.
Horrible.
Anyway.
Horrible fucking human beings.
So I went to boot camp.
My god.
Fuck. I went to boot camp at the end.
Fucking Christ. Seriously. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Look how red.
Driving?
Look
Bear's
how
driving. Who is driving? Bear's
How can
driving.
this be? Oh no, Japanese animators.
Oh no,
driving.
Korean
How can
animators.
this be? You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Oh no, Tom Cruise.
Charles Barkley.
Oh fuck.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll in the story of me joining the service. Into this too.
May I remind you, Your Honor has never been in a Spielberg film. I was in Gremlins. Yeah, but not Gremlins 2. I'll allow it.
George Lucas, I would like my $8 back.
All right, I'm just gonna make up a gremlin on the spot. Gremlin made of vegetables.
I joined in late 2008. Went to boot camp. I signed my contract knowing what my job was going to be. So I knew I was going into military intelligence.
Which was?
Military intelligence. Pentagon. Yeah, go ahead, Doug.
Am I the only one that's hearing you, robot? I'm just curious.
That's all I've heard for 5 minutes straight.
Is it better now? Is it good now or no?
Yeah,
Yes.
now it's good.
Okay, I just did a reset on the headset, so sorry about that.
All right, start over from the beginning.
Fuck that.
Okay, so she had when I broke my ankle.
Paul, start over from the beginning, from when you were 12 years old and you first discovered your first Playboy, and then you were into women, and then you met, and then go on to meeting this chick in the service. Go.
Okay, so
because I got a great story about this one time I found a skipping stone when I was fishing that's gonna blow your fucking mind.
All right, so she got my orders when I broke my ankle to work with the SEAL teams. I got the orders. Girl ahead of me in the class had the flag level orders. She failed out of school. They offered the orders to me, and this was like these are career making orders. So do you guys just want me to stop telling the story? I'm good with not reliving this. I'm totally good with not reliving this.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Oh, you're such an asshole, John. Oh, I'm sorry, Paul. You don't have to relive it anymore.
I'm sorry. Paul, I love you, man. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Dude, I'm good. Like, I don't, like...
Relive your misery for our enjoyment.
All right, so...
John.
So, I get the orders to England.
Paul, I love you. Paul, I love you to death, but if someone were to tell me a story of paint drying, this would be it. Jesus Christ, get to the good stuff.
Skipping that stone.
So I got orders to England.
What's your most awkward run-in with an ex? Doesn't have to be like a long-term relationship, any of that.
In college, there was this girl who I was really into, and I didn't know much about her, but we had some classes together. I was working as a butcher in Green Bay at the time, and she was in like my constitutional law class, and I was really good at constitutional law, and she was not. And we set up a study date, and she's like, "Oh, I can only," and I knew she had a kid. That was something I knew, she had a kid, but she never said she had a husband. So you can see where the story's going. So we set up a study date one time. She came over, we studied, we banged out. I did not protect myself, and like afterwards, we just kind of ghosted each other. I was a real hound. I was a real hound in college, and I noticed she wasn't in class anymore. And I'm like, "Where did she go?" Blah blah blah. This is like months later, and somebody's like, "Oh, she's pregnant," and I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking weird." And we never called each other again. Well, approximately 9 months later, I'm working in the butcher shop, and her husband's a trucker who goes out on the long haul trucking every week. He's gone for a week at a time. So they come in with, and he is literally 6'5", a brick shit house, jet black hair, brown eyes, and
you looked at the baby and saw your own eyes.
They came into the butcher shop with their 2 kids. The firstborn is a little brick shit house with black hair, brown eyes, and then there's this pudgy blonde-haired, blue-eyed baby in a stroller that was just born. And they bought meat from the butcher store.
That story either. Yeah. So apparently, I have a nephew. Awesome.
I would, and it went really. You could tell she was really nervous, and like when I saw the baby, like I turned into, oh shit, I've got to play this off. Dude was really cool. Liked him a lot. Came in all the time to buy meat after me. But
yeah, most guys are really cool that are raising another man's kid. Yeah, they're more than.
I had one. It was my bachelor party.
So great already. This is great already.
Your wife doesn't watch this, does she?
My bachelor party for my ex-wife, I screwed around a lot, and I had hooked up with this girl who I was friends with and was a former coworker and whatnot. And I was like, man, I'm just not ready for a relationship, and that's what this person wanted. And I was like, all right, we're not going to do this anymore. I'm not ready for anything serious. And I kid you not, 2 months later, this is my bachelor party, so clearly I was not in the right headspace to be dating or marrying anyone. Because I tell one person I'm not ready for anything, and then I'm getting married 2 months later. And I go to the bar, and we're at the first bar of the night, and this girl walks up to me, and she's like, oh, I haven't seen you in a couple months. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, man, you're here with a whole lot of people. I'm like, yeah. What are you out here celebrating? My bachelor party? Your what? My bachelor party? It was the most awkward. Like, I'm trying to look her in the face and not feel like the world's worst human being.
I'm in my bachelor party, now put them titties in my face!
And I'll bet you, Bob, she was sitting there having the same thought.
I was like, I just want to leave so badly. And at my bachelor party, some asshole decided, hey, we have a designated driver. Let's dose the designated driver. So they took a bunch of Xanax and dosed it into our driver.
How would you do that? Who does that?
Idiots. That's who does that.
Are these Limp Bizkit fans? Tell me, like, what are they listening to? What are they wearing?
I don't know.
Are they wearing Affliction T-shirts? Because that's what I imagine.
One of them might have been, actually. But I will tell you, at some point during the night, I think it might have been the Buddha. Not Aaron Barrett. Yeah. So Adam shows up at the bar and joins the bachelor party, and I was like, I haven't seen this dude in years, but okay, sure.
Absolutely. Love Adam.
It was all I remember.
He was all like, hands up and hands down, back up, back now. Keep rolling. No, you'll be loving this shit right here.
L-I-M-P, the biscuit is right here.
It's right here.
That's. You guys were here fucked up.
So white.
Bob, true story. I had that song stuck in my head this morning at 7:45 a.m. So I got in my work truck. Yeah, I know. Me too. It was horrible. Here's the really bad part of it. Is that I went on Spotify and I sat in my work truck in my driveway and I listened to that entire goddamn song. That's how I started off my day today. So, and you know what? I blamed that song on why today was a motherfucker. It was not a good day. I had it in my head. I had that, the hands up, the hands down. Back up. What you gonna do now? I had that stuck in my head for some fucking strange reason. And I was like, I gotta do it. And I didn't even listen to the decent rap version with like fucking Wu-Tang Clan on it. I listened to the straight up shitty new metal fucking radio edited. No, it wasn't radio edited.
Your day would have started better if you would have started listening to their Mission Impossible song. That'll get you.
I love that song. Hey, fuck you. I love that song.
I saw Limp Bizkit before their first album came out. They happened to be opening for Korn on the Life is Peachy tour, and then Helmet was the middle band, which, by the way, Helmet blew everyone away
Sure, because
it was just so
because
bad.
one of those three bands is a good band,
Right.
and two of them are not.
Right, exactly. So,
Jesus Christ! Really, Bob? Really, Bob? Wait, Bob, Bob, stop. You're telling me that you went and saw Limp Bizkit, Korn, and Helmet put on an awesome show?
No.
It
was
good.
Limp Bizkit, Helmet, then Korn.
Pray tell, sir.
So,
I can't imagine the Helmet being good in that situation. The fucking Backstreet Boys could have been the middle goddamn band of that, and they would have been phenomenal.
There was a big Sharps riot at that.
What?
Sharps, Skinheads Against Racial Prejudice.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest fucking thing. So, like, I'm standing there with my buddy, and there's these skinheads walking with their African-American girlfriends, and these two redneck dudes who clearly did not belong there dropped John's favorite word. And the next thing you know...
I see what you did there.
The next thing
it's not my favorite word. It's my second favorite word. You fucking...
Everybody knows you don't wear your favorite shirt to a B&E. You wear your second favorite shirt.
So the next thing you know, these two poor redneck schmucks are just getting monkey stomped by like 40 guys.
Whoa, that's a little racially insensitive.
And stop. That's very racist of you to say that. See, I think what you just said is more offensive than me dropping fucking. Just saying.
Put up a poll.
I bet you Bob still owns Generation X on Laserdisc.
So, Bob, tell me about this time
American History X
that you saw Coheed and Cambria with Creed and Trap, and Coheed and Cambria was the best band there. I'm dying to hear this amazing story of how that's possible.
Of all the people sitting here, I am the least likely to have been to a Trapped and or what was the other band? Creed. Paul would have I think you're the most likely person to have been there, actually.
Yeah, Bob, he's right. You have the biggest eclectic taste of anybody in this room, man. You listen to everything.
I don't listen to Creed.
That
I literally only know one Trap song.
Did you listen to Trap? You were a fan of them? You bought their album?
No, I don't know the name of their album. Do they have more than one album?
Here's a fun fact, man. You guys can hate on Creed all you want, but you know what? Take away their vocalist.
They had a talent.
Take away their vocalist.
They had a talent.
Yeah, take away their vocalist. Take away their vocalists and their lyrics, and it's one of the best rock bands of the late '90s, early 2000s.
They were a very talented band, minus their singer.
I'll buy it. Absolutely, he was fucking nutjob.
Yeah, I will give you that. They were a talented band minus their singer.
All of his lyrics were so religious and
and he wasn't that guy.
Pro-life and
he wasn't that guy.
No, he was.
He was
and then he discovered
drug addict.
And then he discovered crack cocaine, and he was like, "I love this shit." And Jesus.
Then he
don't have an abortion.
Then he met Kid Rock.
Wasn't it T.I. that saved his life?
I don't know. Who the fuck is T.I.?
What the
I want
fuck
to say it was T.I. They found him laying on a balcony. He was gonna jump off the fucking balcony, and they found him passed out there in Miami.
T.I. saved his life?
Yeah.
Fuck T.I. He should let him fucking jump.
They were gonna.
Because that motherfucker is still traveling around spewing his bullshit lyrics. Fuck that guy. Fuck Scott Strapp or whatever his fucking name is.
John.
Yes.
If you had to relive your life without ever listening to the Lawrence Arms, how different would you be?
Still would have been in Ouija. What's up? Throwback.
Spot on.
You know what? Here we go, Bob. I need to bring this fucking story up for a minute to start doing this podcast. So Brendan Kelly does a podcast, and he told this amazing story about. Now, Brendan Kelly is the bass player of the Lawrence Arms. He's famous. We can use it. Anyway.
No, we can't use last names. We don't want to get sued on our podcast with our millions of listeners.
All 6 of them are going to be fucking offended.
Anyways, Brendan Kelly told a story on his podcast about a Q105 show in Chicago that he somehow sneaked his way into to get free beer and food. And one of the headlining bands of this concert was none other than Coheed and Cambria back in the day. And he proceeds to tell a story about Claudio storming off the stage, coming into the dressing room, and picking up the deli tray of meats and flinging it at the wall and being like, that was one of the worst shows. This is fucking bullshit. And having a total prima donna meltdown. And Brendan Kelly's just sitting there and he was like, well, you know, that meat was for all the bands playing here tonight. That guy's kind of an asshole for fucking doing that. And then he went out to write a song about it in the Larry Arms. That is far better than anything that Coheed and Cambria would ever fucking dream of writing.
Can I tell you something?
Because at the end of the day, I love Rush too. Anyways, go
Paul
on.
and I listened to a podcast called Legion of Skanks, and there's a guy on that show, Louis J. Gomez, who grew up in Rockland County with Claudio, went to the same school as Claudio. And there are episodes of Legion of Skanks throughout this last year where he's talked about stories about Claudio being a dick at like prom and shit like that with kids.
Doug, do you remember when we saw Coheed and Cambria Thursday and fucking AFI?
Don't even bring up that show right now.
One of the greatest live shows.
So I meet Claudio. Welcome to the hallway, and I'm like, hey, man, I'm a big fan. I heard you were going to do a comic about this. Do you have any idea when it's going to come out? And he looks at me and he goes, I don't know, man. I'm a little fucking busy right now. That was my first interaction with Claudio. Now, years later, I went to C2E2 to get tattooed by Kelly Rogers in Chicago Comic-Con.
No last name.
And Claudio was there. Me and Kelly walked up to his booth, and Claudio was like, oh yeah, you're the guy who's done all these Coheed tattoos. You're cool. And Claudio was cool as fuck to the both of us. But the fact that I was a fan and he was a dick to me the first time, like, dude, fuck it. And you know what? For the most part, I love the first Coheed album, and I love the second Coheed album. And then after that, it's the same old recycled fucking bullshit fucking over and over again, and I was done with that band after that. That's just my opinion. I don't mean to offend you, Bob. I know you love them. It's not a personal attack on you, but it's recycled fucking garbage.
Look, I'm no stranger to shitting on things I love, but if you want to talk about recycled garbage, man, every fucking Alkaline Trio album is the same fucking album lyrically. It is. I love them. To no end, I fucking love them. My first tattoo was Alkaline Trio. But their music, how old are they going to get when they stop writing fucking love songs and shit? Poppy love songs, man.
About high school.
Because Alkaline Trio does. That's really funny you say that as an Alkaline Trio fan, because Alkaline Trio doesn't have a lot of love songs. I could probably only think about 4 or 5 love songs.
Are you fucking kidding
breakup
me?
album, relationship songs then. What?
Oh, breakup songs, despair, alcoholism, drug addiction, Satanism.
Yeah, it seems like they don't learn their lesson. It seems like they haven't learned their lesson. They keep writing the same goddamn album about being addicts and junkies and shit, man. I love them, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I'm just calling a spade, man.
I think that's racially insensitive too.
I don't even know what to say to that. Why? You call a shovel, you fucking racist.
Bob talking or Bob Freeze?
Bob's like trying to collect himself right now.
I'm trying so hard.
You don't see this often. You see this often. I
wish you were sitting here right now. I really do.
Yeah, I know. Because you can intimidate me physically, but I'm not sitting there next to you. Dude,
I can drive to your house, you piece of shit.
I know you can. You know where I live. Do it. Do it, Bob. Drive to my house. Drive to my house right now. You know what's going to happen?
What?
I'm just going to give you a big hug and a fucking kiss on the cheek because I love you.
That's what I thought.
Truthfully, though, with the exception of my ex-wife, every ex like girlfriend that like actual in a relationship with that I've dated, I still have a pretty good relationship with all of them. One night stands are different, but actually like dated multiple times.
Except for 2, and Doug has met both of them.
Oh, I only have one that I still talk to, and it's the only one I want to still talk to. It's the only person.
Well, I mean, I don't still talk to all my ex-girlfriends, but like I'm on good terms with them.
You're still in love. You're still in love with her, so I mean.
Well, I don't think I'll ever not be in love with her. But it's not so much like, God, I hope we get together. It's not.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you love her as a person.
Oh, absolutely. I take a bullet. She's one of with the 4 of you. She is the 5th person that I would take a bullet. A very small handful. I
would have taken a bullet for John, but he pissed me off. So fuck him.
I would have taken a bullet by you. He'll be crying himself to sleep tonight with his huge pillow.
Hope you sleep well on your My Pillow tonight, you piece of shit.
Absolutely, I will.
You order one from that guy?
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen to the first Rush album, or as I call it, all of the Coheed and Cambria albums.
Moving pictures sounds nothing like Coheed.
No. The only reason they ever got even lumped in together was they both have high voices.
Do you remember that guy?
That's not true. That's not true, Bob. That's not true at all. They make fantasy fucking concept albums. And Rush was the first. But Rush was like the Rush. I'm not saying they were first.
Shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. You were wrong this time, Larry Arms. Shut the fuck up. Rush was not the first band to write fantasy songs. We got fucking Led Zeppelin singing about hobbits and Middle Earth and shit. Shut the fuck up.
The only thing that would make this better is if John was the John at the smoke shop. Whenever he'd get mad and get into heated arguments like this, when he'd start smashing the glass counter. That's retarded. Are you fucking serious?
That's what I remember about John. Whenever John, like the few times I met you, but whenever you got passionate about something, which was quite often in the 3 times we met, I always remember the hair whip. Like whenever you were trying to make a point.
Hey, John. You remember that one time you went to the Panic at the Disco concert?
I don't even know who that band is. I just know they suck.
You're so full of shit.
You introduced me to that band, you fucking moron.
No, I did.
Yes, you did. You gave me a fever you can't sweat out. You're a fucking liar. You gave me the CD in the smoke shop. You're a liar.
Ooh.
Not true. Not true. Not true. I've heard 2 songs by that band in my lifetime, but I've never liked them.
I swear on your ex's
Not
life,
true.
man.
Not true. I swear on my father's fucking grave.
Dude, oh my god.
I swear on my father's fucking
grave. Did you just say I
swear
on your ex's life, you fucking dick? That is so fucked up.
What?
Did you say I swear on your ex's life?
No.
Yes, you fucking did. You piece of shit.
No, I never liked that band.
We're all horrible human beings. We're all horrible human beings. Jesus Christ. Except for Paul.
Never liked that band. Doug, you are mistaken, sir. I have never liked that band, seriously. Bob, I apologize for making fun of Coheed and Cambria.
Oh,
man.
Dude, make fun of whatever you want.
Those first 2 albums, I love fucking dearly, and I love them to death. So anyways, Paul, tell us about the new Travis Tritt album and how good it is.
Probably not on your guys'
sounds
level.
like somebody's taking their finger and running down a synthesizer.
He's roboting the fuck out, freezing, roboting.
You sound like all the best Daft Punk albums of the last decade. Actually,
that's funny.
Random Access Memories is a good fucking album. If you never heard Daft Punk,
I have never listened to a Daft Punk album.
Can I be honest with you?
Really?
The only one
I love Daft Punk.
I like Daft Punk too, but if you give when you're driving tonight, Listen to Random Access Memories. If you do not like that album, I'll be amazed, man. There's something for everybody on that fucking album. Every song's got a different sound to it. I love that album.
Yeah, I don't really like electronic dance music all that much, but like Daft Punk, like it's good shit. It's
There's
very
a lot
catchy, very hypnotic. Very hypnotic music. Like even like the first single, like Around the World, like you just listen to that song and it's like you almost like get hypnotized by it. It's very strange.
The only time in my life where I ever listened to any kind of electronic or EDM music, I was generally on lots of drugs. I remember taking a lot of LSD and just watching my Equalizer as the Chemical Brothers played. I don't know.
Still to this day, my favorite story is of you taking LSD, sitting on the toilet, going to take a shit, and then somebody knocking on the door to the bathroom. Bob, have you taken a shit yet? No. You've been in there for 2 hours. I don't think you got to go. Fair enough.
I really thought I had to go, though.
It's ropey.
In my defense, I really felt like I had to shit. If you could be one character from any show and live that person's life, who would it be? Has to be a fictional show. Can't be like the Kardashians.
I got it.
Well, Paul froze out.
How I Met Your Mother.
Who from How I Met Your Mother?
Ed Mosby.
I love Doug, you don't like How I Met Your Mother, do you? Ed Mosby.
No, I hate it.
Ed Mosby.
Okay.
How I Met Your Mother. If I could be any character, I would be Ted Mosby and How I Met Your Mother.
Interesting choice.
Dude has an amazing adventure, amazing friends around him. Funny as fuck, becomes successful, very wealthy architecture fucking dude, and meets the love of his life, only for her to die to bring him closer to probably the true love of his life.
I was going to say, but was that really the love of his life, or was it Kobe Smulders?
It was Kobe Smulders. Yeah. But also, the woman he married, though, man, gorgeous. Hot as fuck, awesome. Played bass like the Yeah, amazing.
She's got nudes out there.
I love it. How I Met Your Mother and Me, I rank that above The Office and Parks and Recreation in my list of sitcoms. Like, that is my... I think it's better than The Office. I think it's better than The Office. I think it's better than Parks and Rec. For the top, big three in that debate. Yeah. Great cast. Funny fucking show. I mean, I remember the first time I watched it, I had a big problem with the laugh track, though. Mm-hmm. That show has a laugh track with a previous recorded audience from the 70s laughing at it. And it took me weeks to get over that. But once I got over that, it became one of my favorite sitcom of all time. I'll take it from Seinfeld, anything. It's my favorite sitcom of all time. And I watch it. I watch all the episodes once a year.
Who do you guys
Anyways.
It's a toss-up for me. I've been writing them down while we've been talking. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the show Rectify. It was on...
Is that about the gay gold miner?
No. No, but no. Rectify is a really good show. It's on Netflix if you haven't seen it. Daniel Holden is a character I've always found fascinating. He's got a really great redemptive story. It's a toss-up between him, Elliot Alderson from Mr. Robot, as I've always wanted to be that kind of intelligent, but I've always felt like I kind of identified with that character because I got into that show when I was really heavy into Suboxone, and that first season is about a guy who's so depressed he's just a fucking junkie for opiates. So between those two or Opie from Sons of Anarchy, because Opie is the kind of guy I've always wanted to be, the quiet guy who's willing to do the fucked up shit that people don't want to do because it needs to be done. I like that quality.
Yeah, but, okay, let me interject here to you. I love Opie. I love Sons of Anarchy. It's one of my favorite series, hands down. Definitely in my top 5. You know that when Opie volunteers himself for death for the club.
Suicide.
He's leaving behind a wife and child.
Correct.
Now Jax, on the other hand, has no wife, has no child, and who was the other one locked up with?
Jack's
and who
got
was
two
the other one
children.
locked up with them?
Jack's
Not
got
at
two
this
children.
point. Not at this point in the fucking show. He had one. All right. And then who was the other guy locked up with them?
Chibs.
Tig?
Tig and
Chibs.
Tig.
Tig
Oh, it
and
was
Chibs.
Chib.
No, it was both of them. Tig and Chibs.
Chibs.
Take it from me. I'm
Tigs and Chibs.
I'm at the last episode now.
Yeah.
I'm about to watch Papa's Good.
Chigs, yeah. Fucking Chibs or Tig should have taken the fucking pipe there. God damn it! I love every character on that show.
It's such a
Fuck
it really
you,
is a good
Sons of
show.
Anarchy.
I'll tell you what.
I hate you and your goddamn character development.
Season
I
7.
love that Tig is towards the end of the show falls in love with Walton Goggins' character. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite things about that show is that
Oh,
they
it's
end up
great.
falling in love.
But also watching Tiggs see his daughter burned alive
Hardest
is
thing
one
to
of the
watch,
most
man.
It's one of the most fucked up things I've seen on network television. That's a hard goddamn episode. It's a hard thing to get
I can't think of a character from a TV show off the top of my head, but I can think of a character from a film.
I was actually gonna ask you about that. I was gonna say, what are the rules here?
William Miller from Almost Famous. Dude, that's literally what I wanted my life to be.
I know.
So for me,
Yeah.
I would say I'm with Doug on a toss-up. It's between McNulty from The Wire.
McNulty from The Wire? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Really,
What
McNulty?
what a tortured fucking human being. Why would you want to live your life?
Because I
related
related.
The Wire first.
I would say Stringer Bell, motherfucker. What is wrong with you?
Here we got Prop John yelling at my brother Paul.
Right. Prop Joe. The character. I'd be McNulty, the alcoholic person who can't find love, who can't keep his shit together, and somehow solves cases.
Here's
Dude,
shut the fuck
Paul.
up. All right, hey,
Shut the fuck up, John.
Take an enema for a second and calm the fuck down. So here's another character that I relate to a lot, and I don't know why. Who here has seen the movie Jeff Who Lives at Home?
Long time ago. Only once. But if I remember correctly, Jason Segel?
Yes, and I really relate to his character in that film. I don't know why, but that movie makes me cry every time.
Hey, Paul, what was the other one, Paul, besides
You want to relive that?
McNulty?
Well, fuck, now after John's fucking explosion, I don't know if I want to say the second one.
That fat fuck. You say what you want.
Now I really want to do the second one.
It would be Dennis Leary from Rescue Me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Tommy
you're
What
big.
the fuck is wrong with you?
Man,
Are you a goddamn sadist, masochist? What is wrong with you? You know what? I changed my answer. You know what I want to be? I want to be Jesus Christ and Passion of the Christ and just get the shit kicked out of me and then fucking crucified at the end. That's who I want to be if I can choose any fucking character. What is going on here? In your fantasies, if you could be any goddamn TV character in the history of time, you choose two of the most fucked up, mentally damaged fucking characters in television. What? Paul, go to bed. Paul, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
I changed my answer. I changed my answer.
All right, Doug, what's yours?
So Bob was allowed to choose a movie then. So my choice is the original Zelda from Pet Sematary then. That's who I am going for.
I changed my answer too. I want to be Laura Palmer from Twin Peaks. Good night.
so I'm glad I got to explain mine, but it's cool.
Laura Palmer from Twin Peaks.
It's pretty funny.
He said Laura
Pretty
Palmer
funny.
from Twin Peaks.
Oh my god.
God damn it, that's the funniest fucking thing I've heard all night.
You know, if I could be any character in any movie or TV, I would like to be the Titanic. Because I was great. And I hit an iceberg and I fucking sunk and I died a horrible, tragic fucking death.
You either
I want to
died.
be Laura Palmer, the Titanic, I want to be all the victims of True Blood season 1. What else is
Every character in the eternal sunshine of the spotless mind.
I love that fucking movie.
I would just like
I don't know how many times I've seen that film.
I would just like to
That
say
could be Tom Hanks in Philadelphia.
I would just like to say that John's character went through a lot of fucking heartbreak at the end of his too. Like his wife died, he was stuck with 2 kids on his own. He had the voice of Bob Saget. I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
Oh,
But you did steal a blue French horn.
And I'll take that because I end up fucking Colby Smothers at the end of the day. Man, she's got legs for fucking days.
Would you like to hear the reason why I chose those two?
Take it.
I didn't get to say shit about mine.
No,
All you
I
guys
would
said was-
not.
I think both characters are perfectly imperfect. I think they are guys who have real life experience just like everybody else, and we all here have had ups and downs in our
So
life. They are both.
why in a fantasy situation?
Let him
would you
finish,
want
you
to
fuck!
be that?
Jesus!
At the
so why in a fantasy setting you sound so goddamn retarded? You fucking glutton for punishment.
I also like that.
How come?
This is not the real world.
Sorry, Paul. Go ahead.
Both characters at the end of the day are both alive when their shows end. And I like how both of them have a moral code, even though they do fucked up shit. They have measures in their life that keep them from crossing the line.
McNulty's is a little, but okay.
Well, so is Dennis.
I never
Leary.
watched
Go
Rescue.
across the
I never
line a
watched
lot.
Rescue Me.
It's
so
a good.
I can't
It's a good show. I
Hey,
highly
man.
recommend it.
Hey man, remember that time that McNulty started tying the red or the yellow fucking ribbons on dead homeless people who died of
I changed
natural
my
causes
I changed
to
my story.
create
Shut
the
up,
aspect
shut
of a
up,
fucking
shut up,
serial
shut up,
killer?
shut
Oh,
up.
he's so yeah.
I'm
I would
glad
be
John
Debo.
got.
I would be Debo.
You want my bike?
That's my bike, bitch.
You want my bike? It's your bike now.
Yo, you see Big Perm? I was this close to taking a shit on camera and just letting it go.
I honestly kind of wish you would have now. Now that I know that, I think that would have been hilarious.
I'm curious if I do it, if you can hear it hit the water.
Yes, you can. If you got your
It
microphone,
gets so
yeah.
goddamn hot. Yes.
You took your headset off a little while ago and walked into the next room, and you could still hear what was going on in the background for your fucking headset.
Your mic is
Bob,
on
I
the
not only know what you're doing, but all the people who live in your house, I know what they're doing. That's how hot your mic. I would like to be Anne Frank because she wrote what she felt deep down inside of her heart, and she stayed true to it.
All right, that's the end of the episode right there. That's it. Goodbye.
See you guys.
I guess.